guys, it's your girl Che, coming at you with another video. I was gonna say coming at you with another video today, but it's totally nighttime. It is like pitch black outside. I don't know why I have more energy at night. So I try to film during the day because I know that that's when people watch, but I'm a night owl at heart. And please don't mind this huge, it's actually called a cozy. I found them on Amazon, and they are actually blankets cut out in the shape of a sweatshirt. And it literally has 2 pockets on it, on the bottom. This thing comes down to like right above my knees. And look how big this hood is. Most comfortable thing to ever sleep in. Like, I want to let you know I'm not a whale. That's the whole point of that. But on Amazon, they're only like 30 bucks, and they're called like cozies or the cozy. And it's literally a blanket cut out in the shape of a hoodie, and it is amazing. But I gotta take this off because I am totally getting, oh my God, what was the name? The Village vibes. Remember that movie, The Village? When they had the red hoods with like the spikes all in the back and they were like hunchbacks. Yeah, I gotta take this off. I'm starting to creep myself out. At least no one's around when I'm wearing it. But anyway, let's get into the moral of this video, which if you watched a previous video of mine, I talked about my first visitation dream from Matthew. And there are no words for it. It was the day after his funeral. Most beautiful visitation I have ever had. And I am very spiritual. Like, I believe in God. I got my Bible right there on the end of my bed. I close doors to all mediums. I think that they are demonic. So, like, what I got was truly a gift from God. And they always say, I've mentioned in previous videos, if you're new to this channel, I mentioned that, you know, there are verses in the Bible that talk about these portals when people pass away and go to heaven. There are portals, and or a window, a portal, and it's basically like they have access to, you know, it's almost like saying their goodbyes, you know, in a weird way, you know, like you could be thinking about them and have all your lights go off and then on again. Or, you know, like or a visitation dream like I had, which was, I couldn't have asked for anything better. There was one thing I was missing in life, and I looked forward to having this day with Matthew so much. And if you go back and watch my video, he gave it to me. That sounded really weird. That sounded terrible, actually. He gave it to me. He made my dream come true in a dream. He gave me what I wanted. And I don't want to take any credit away from him and the entire visitation dream. So you'll see a video on my channel called Holiday Giveaway, and then plus my first visitation dream from Matthew, and you can get the full dream in there. It was truly a gift from God. And for anyone that doesn't know, I was with Matthew for 3 years and 3 months, and he passed away in September. So I am right at that 4-month marker right now, and it's not fun, but I believe that that portal has been closed. I have not had a dream or a visitation since it's been almost 2 months, and it really makes me upset. But they do say in the Bible that once that door is closed and that person is where they're meant to be, they're supposed to be, then that door is closed. There's no more, you know, talking with dead people, interpreting spirits. There's none of that. There's no more. They are where they are for eternity, and I will get there one day, and I will get to see him. So, I wanted to tell you about my dream that came true, where I think I was actually used as a vessel in this dream to tell his family. This dream wasn't even for me. Basically, the dream started out, I want to get right into this because I have a problem with talking and I need to make my videos a lot shorter because I have a blabbermouth. So I'm going to get right into it. This one was definitely more of a dream, and I didn't think that there was any message behind it, and I actually woke up kind of upset. All I remember was I just went like, and I dropped into a seat. And I dropped into a seat in a movie theater. And the entire movie theater was black. It was dark. And there was nothing even on the screen. There was a blank screen. No movie was playing. And I looked to my right, and Matthew was sitting in the seat right next to me in the movie theater. We were the only 2 people in the theater that day. And I remember looking at him, and I had said to him, I said, Matt, like I do in all my dreams, because you're in a dream, you're confused, you know, and I wish I had more clarity when I realized this in my dreams. But I had said to him, I was like, Matt, I was like, how are you here? I said, you overdosed, babe. I said, you died. And then he kind of looked at me like, huh? And then I said, I was like, I swear, I was like, I'm not lying. Like, it's almost like you're in real life. That's what it feels like, only it's in your dream. And I said, I'm not lying. I said, go ask your parents. I said, like, go visit anybody. They'll show you your card. They'll show you the obituary. You passed away from an overdose. And he was like, oh. And I said, are you in heaven? Are you in heaven right now? And then he looks at me and he's like, not right now. And I'm like thinking, when I woke up saying, are you in heaven in a dark movie theater? Obviously not, Chaley, you know? And then I said, well, if you're not in heaven right now, I said, are you sad? And that's the one sentence I remember the most, because of his answer. And I literally looked at him upset, like, and I said, you know, are you sad? And he said, no, not at all. And I was like, okay, you know, he's not sad, you know. And I remember just sitting there looking at a blank screen. Nothing was going on. I looked back at him. It's like we were waiting for a movie to come on. And all of a sudden, I feel myself being lifted out of my seat. And I remember trying to grab, like, the arms of the chairs. It's hard to talk about sometimes. I remember trying to grab, like, the arms of the chairs, like, in my dream, trying not to leave it because I knew that I was about to leave my dream. I've had sleep paralysis for a long time, and they say people with that, they do have the ability to, like, lucid dream. And I have a few times been able to, not a few, more than a few. When I'm in a dream, it's like I know I'm in a dream and I can do anything I want. It's awesome. Like, you can literally fly across the country. Like, you can do anything you want to. Like, I could go bang Brad Pitt if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, when you are lucid dreaming and you realize you're in a dream, but you know that you are in a dream state, you're in that spiritual realm. Like, it's limitless. That's the best word for it. It's limitless. It's quite an experience, I'll tell you that. But So I remember I feel myself being pulled up, and like I said, I'm grabbing on to the movie theater seats, and I'm like, you know, holding on to them as I feel myself being pulled away. And I'm looking at Matthew, and he's just looking straight ahead, you know, like looking around, like he doesn't even know that I'm going. It's like he's preoccupied with something, and I didn't know what it was. And the strength, the force of me leaving that dream was it was way overpowering. I had no strength holding on to those seats. It was like my hands went straight through the handles, like a spirit or an angel would, you know, like my hands were just not physical, they were spiritual, you know, so they just like went right through the chairs as I'm trying to grab it, you know, because I didn't want to leave him. I'm like, no, I don't want to leave this dream, you know, talking to whoever is controlling it, like obviously God or Jesus, you know, but like, I don't want to leave this dream yet. Like, why do I have to leave right now? I only asked him 2 sentences. Like, this is the shortest dream ever. And I got ripped out of my dream, ripped out of the movie theater seat. And I woke up, and I remember just thinking to myself, why is Matthew in a movie theater? 1. And why is he alone? Why is he alone? Why is it dark? Why is there no movie on? And why did I only get to ask him like 3 questions and that was it? I just got sucked right out of it. So I like thought about this dream for probably a week straight, I would say. And I remember just being really upset about it, thinking that somehow it was my fault that I left him there in the movie theater, in the dark, and by himself. And I remember that he used to work at the movie theaters, I think he told me, when he was in high school, way before I knew him. Him and his brother actually used to work at the Cinemark. So I'm like, maybe it had something to do with him stopping at the Cinemark. But why is he alone? And we were in the very back row. So, you know, I was a little bit emotional for a couple days, thinking I just left the love of my life in the movie theater, alone in the dark, and I didn't ask what he was doing there. I have no idea why he's sitting in the very back row, and I have no idea why when I was fighting, holding on to the seat, he didn't turn this way and look at me. You know, he didn't do anything. He was like preoccupied. It's like he was looking at something. And I went to visit his mom, which I try to do. I try to visit his mom as often as I can, but I'm like 35 minutes out of the way. So whenever I'm in that area, I'll text her. And if she's home, I'll stop by. And, you know, I always think it's going to be like a little half-hour talk, and it turns into like 3 hours of, you know, laughing, crying, telling stories, whatever. Usually all about Matt. So I keep a dream journal. And if you have seen my other videos, you know I keep a dream journal. Because as soon as I have had any of these visitations or dreams, I wake up, I get a pen, grab my dream journal, and I write it. I don't care if it's 4:17 a.m. I am getting up, turning a light on, and I write every single detail down. Because this was the love of my life. This was the man I was going to marry. I don't want to miss a single word from him. So I write everything down, and you'll be able to tell, like I said in the previous video of the visitation dream that I had from him, the first one. I actually grabbed that book and I show you guys, you know, quote for quote what he said to me. But this is how the dream ends up. It's so weird how he ended up using me. I had this dream, and in my dream journal, I had the dream on October 24th, and it was a Saturday. So I get to see his mom, and I'm like, yeah, I had another dream, you know. I was like contemplating on telling you though, because I don't understand it, and I'm kind of upset, and like, I don't want to make you sad, you know, like, but I just feel like I should tell you, you know, it's your son. And she doesn't mind, you know, she's like, no, go ahead, you know, tell me. And I told her, you know, that the last dream that I had, you know, and I said Saturday the 24th at blah 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 time AM, because it's always late night, early morning, you know, like in between like 1 and 5 AM is when I usually have the dreams. My first visitation dream was early morning, around 8:30, 9ish. So I ended up telling her the dream, and I say, so I'm reading off the details, and I say it was October 24th, it was a Saturday. I said, oh, I don't even know if I want to tell you this. I said, I've been upset like this whole week thinking about this dream. I said, but like, I feel like I left him alone. I said, like, I fell into a chair and I was in the back of a movie theater, and all of a sudden, like, she's doing the dishes and I see her like start to turn her head a little bit, like she's got a little bit interested. And I was like, I was in the back of a movie theater. I said, but it was totally dark and there was no movie on. And I said, I looked to my right and Matthew was sitting right next to me in the back row. And, you know, I asked him if he was in heaven at that point, and he said, no, clearly not right now, you know, duh, I'm in a movie theater. And I said, well, are you sad? And he said, no, not at all. And then I told her I got sucked out of the seat and I was trying to fight it. She literally like turned full circle from doing the dishes as I was, and she comes over towards like the table and she said, what day did you say that you had that dream on? And I said, I looked in the dream journal and I double checked, and it was Saturday, October 24th. And she said, oh my God. She said, now that's weird. And I said, why? I said, like, thinking, oh my God, there's meaning to this. There's going to be meaning maybe. And she said, well, Joey, which is Matthew's older brother. He has an older brother and a younger brother. Joey used to work at the movie theaters with him. She said, Joey rented out an entire movie theater that night. Not the entire theater, an entire one unit, one theater, that night, to have all the family there for like a little Halloween party. We had Hocus Pocus play on the screen, and it was like a get-together, you know, like in remembrance of Matt. And I still get like goosebumps just thinking about that. Like, that dream that I had drove myself crazy for so long, that dream wasn't meant for me. And I think Matthew knows I talked to his mom, but he knows I also have a very open spiritual sense. Like, I'm always praying or talking to God or something. And all along, I had been thinking that this was negative when I just had a dream of Matthew on Saturday, October 24th in a movie theater. And it just so happens that his entire family was there that night in the movie theater, having a get-together, watching Hocus Pocus. And I'm sure, you know, everyone, the family getting together thinking of Matthew. And he was there. And I was used as the messenger to tell her. Sorry if that seemed a little glitchy, or if there were any glitches in that. I had an alert come up literally on the corner of my phone saying that my DoorDasher was in my neighborhood. Went over to the door to open the door to look for her, and my crap's already all over the front step. So my coffee was already cold, my ice cream was starting to melt, and my sandwich is cold. I wish you could tip afterwards. Side note, DoorDash, knock on someone's door when you leave their food there. Like, I'm a bartender, so I tip above and beyond. And now I just saw the craziest light out of the corner of my eye, and it just flew by me. I've been seeing the weirdest things lately, and I can't explain it. It all has to do with a certain type of light. Like, I will catch it out of the corner of my eye, or I'll sense it, or I don't know. It's some supernatural things have been happening ever since Matt passed away, which, hey, I'm all for it as long as it's from him or from God, not from the other side. But yeah, he was there. He was there in the movie theater with everybody. He probably made his way around to everybody, and hopefully everyone got to feel maybe his presence at one point during the night when they were all there. And I was used as, like I said, I was used as the messenger to deliver that dream to the Bonadonna family where it belonged, because I wasn't there that night at the movie theater. I didn't go. I wasn't there. I didn't even know about it. And she actually told me it was a last minute plan. So they tried to get the whole family together. And she knows I'm so far out, but it was like a last minute ditch effort. And I had no notice about it, you know? So for me to have been dreaming about it that night, and I was in the back row with him, as his whole family was in the movie theater that night as well. It's like I was there, but I was there in spirit with Matthew. I was just mad that I got sucked away back on up in the sky, and awake in my bed without spending much time with him or getting to ask him the questions I wanted to. But now I know what he was occupied with. And he had his whole family, his entire family, to, you know, make his rounds to and get to see, and I don't know, maybe bring some peace to them. Maybe certain ones felt his presence at one point. But I know what my job was now. And now that dream has more meaning than almost any of the other dreams. When it went from being the lowest one and saddest one on the totem pole to that one of the highest. Something that couldn't have ever been even made up. Like Shirley, his mom, she knew that I didn't know about the movie theater night because I wasn't invited. Like I said, it was a last minute thing. So when she asked me, wait, what date did you have that dream on again? You know, that's what really caught her attention and mine when she told me that they were all there. I hope this gives you guys some type of inspiration if you've lost anybody. Just know, you know, keep the faith alive. Don't blame God. I don't blame God for Matthew. Matthew made a bad decision, and he, you know, he paid the consequences for that decision that night that he passed. But I hope it gives inspiration to anybody else, you know, who I blocked the mediums, the psychics. I denounce them all. So anyone else who does that, just know that you can get visitation dreams while that, you know, portal is still open. But I have come to the conclusion that his is, I think it's closed, because I haven't had anything in about 2 months now. But I just wanted to let you know about my dream that never before, there's like a fuzzy flying in front of the camera. Never before have I ever had an experience like that, or anything remotely close to a dream coming true. That's why it gave me goosebumps and the chills, because I literally saw him in the spirit form, but I couldn't see anybody else. And that's because in the dream state, we are in the spiritual realm. So it makes sense that he's the only one that I would have seen and none of his family. So, yeah, anyone who's made it this far, thank you for listening. And I'm going to say thank you on behalf of Matt, because he deserves it too. He deserves to have his stories and the miraculous things that he has done through dreams be known to everybody. I will share part 2 next, of a much crazier dream with a lot more detail that I'm going to have to figure out how to cut short because my videos are all so long. But yeah, that'll be coming up next. So please like, subscribe, or ring my bell, and you'll get notified of part 2 of another dream that I have had, that had a crazy outcome to it. This isn't going to keep going. I've only had 7 or 8 dreams and then it stopped. So if you're interested in this, or I talk about near-death experience stories, like I said, please like my channel. It'll really help to get the word out there. Or subscribe. I feel like, you know, I used to do it too. I used to watch so many videos and never subscribe, so who am I to talk? But, or ring the bell to be notified if you would like to listen to any of my future stories, or any of my dreams that have happened. All right, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.